My name is Hazel and I'm an illustrator and mural artist from County Durham, and I work under the artist name Nochola the Drawer. So today I'm painting a mural in Peterlee in the shopping centre, and this is part of Place Lab project. So I'm painting a mural here that I got the ideas and the inspiration from the children at Easington Academy, from their art club, Art Sparks, and I put together their ideas into this collective colourful mural that I'm installing now. So with the young people from Easington Academy, we were looking at what our hopes and dreams are for Peterlee, and all different parts and symbols in the mural are all ideas from the kids. So there's little things like they decided that Peterlee as a person would have a hat, so it has the postcode on the hat, and we want to share that message with the community that everyone's important and that together we make up the Peterlee community.
So we're from Easington Academy, and it's been great to work on this mural because we've been able to input our ideas onto it, and it's great to see it on the wall.
With Place Lab, I think it's awesome that they're bringing all these sources together and people that are bringing arts and culture to Peterlee, and I just think it really needs like the colour and the importance and showing there's so much kind of behind the layers in Peterlee, but it's not really shown easily or know where to look. So having things like murals on the wall and getting people talking about art really brings the community together in those little culture hubs. So hopefully it'll spread out into more areas and be more easily to find.
Hi, I'm Lewis and I paint under the name Durham Spray Paints, and I'm painting a mural today with Mark from Custom Grass Sprays, who's from Peterlee, and we're doing a mural based on like an old-fashioned postcard design. It's got the pit wheel, which is like the history of Peterlee and where it sprung up, where it came from. Then we have the pavilion, and at the end it's part of like Lee House and then the shopping centre as well. Yeah, the reactions have been really interesting. It's clearly a very new thing for people, so it's been nice to kind of have that first interaction and be able to explain a bit. But yeah, I'd say overwhelmingly people have been super positive and asking for more around town and saying this is the sort of thing we'd like to see to brighten the area up.
It looks better than half the place looks now. Do you know what I mean? That looks better than concrete buildings with nothing on them.
It's nice to kind of see some artwork being placed in the town centre, and I think it's important that it integrates like communities within Peterlee or County Durham itself. People getting more involved in art is definitely important, especially in Peterlee. I think it's necessary and it's great. Yeah, I love to see it.
And for me, the value of art in public spaces is we wouldn't all want to like step into an art gallery, and this is a really good first step for people that can see something, see me painting it. It might help them in the future feel like they can get more involved in art, and it might just be that tiny incremental step to opening the doors to something else to do with art in the future.
My name's Graham. I am an artist and a member of the Bordello Collective. So Bordello have been doing a number of pop-ups as part of the Place Labs programme. We've also had an intervention by an artist called Dyad, in which a 30-metre long banner with words all about place were paraded around the centre of Peterlee. Really is an intervention to kind of prompt people to think about what is place and what's my relationship to this place that I live in, or that I shop in, or that I work in, or that I just walk through. And here in this space we've got the pop-up Peterlee exhibition, and so we put a call out to artists from all kinds of walks of life, and we were really excited that at 4 o'clock on the Friday in came 18 artists with 40 works, which we then put straight on the wall in this wonderful space here in Peterlee, and created an exhibition. You know, in just a couple of hours, we transformed a disused shop into an exciting contemporary art space. Art and culture and creativity are an important part of making a place exciting, making a place dynamic, and really sort of giving people who live and work and travel into a place aspiration and showing them that there is a whole other world outside of the world that you are living in or that they're living in on that day.
It's exhilarating. It's something I've waited for a very long time. It's really hard to find space or a network or connections with people who will do this kind of thing. It's not easy to get into a space at all.
My name is Mark. My pronouns are they or he. I am a facilitator and an artist. Place Lab has offered me this lovely opportunity to make a zine, which is my favourite thing in the world, so it's kind of like my dream job. Today we have been distributing the zines in Peterlee. We took some to the town centre and we placed my zine, which is Pockets of Green, and we also took copies of Lizzie Lovejoy's zine called 75 Words. And we've also trekked up to the pavilion and we have left some of the zines in the pavilion for anyone who's walking by that might want to pick one up. Like, a lot of my work is about marginalised voices and helping people showcase their work and their art, and so Place Lab was the perfect opportunity to do this, as well as hanging out and meeting up with lots of lovely artists in the area as well, and being able to share ideas and kind of just cheer each other on. So it's been like a lovely community to get to know and hopefully continue in the future as well.
My name is Andy Martin and I'm a photographer and filmmaker from Sunderland. I've been photographing the North East and County Durham for nearly 20 years now. My work sort of tries to shine a spotlight onto long forgotten areas, you know, and reflect the region's rich industrial heritage. And there's two main strands to my work. Firstly is portraiture, and the second is landscape and architectural photography, but usually at night. So these long exposures taken at night reveal what the eye cannot see, you know, and what might look kind of pitch black to someone who's there in person can be like absolutely transformed over the course of a long exposure, often with like a lot of unexpected things revealed. And for me, just about everything looks better at night. For the Place Lab pilot, I wanted to combine these two strands of my work and practice and build upon, you know, my existing nighttime photographs of the town, but on top of that I wanted to photograph people either from Peterlee or with a strong connection to or passion for the town. It's always felt like there were kind of small pockets of creative talent and, you know, this work that was happening in and around the town, but it felt like it was never sort of, you know, brought together in a sort of cohesive way until this pilot came around. And I think, you know, the way it brought together these artists and creatives from, you know, all backgrounds and all disciplines, it was in a way that really nurtured, you know, collaborative working, which I think was brilliant. It was a really great approach. I mean, broadly speaking, the Place Lab pilot, it felt like a truly democratic and organic process, you know, with the artists and creatives involved being given the autonomy, the freedom and also the resources to just crack on without an overt, you know, amount of pressure to deliver on these, you know, really strict like outcomes by a certain time. Having high quality art and engagement with that art in an area like East Durham and Peterlee, it isn't just important, it's absolutely vital. And I think, you know, this shouldn't be seen as a luxury only for those who can afford it. You know, it's vital not only as a lifeline for local artists to get paid to make work, but also to experiment freely, to create new work, and then put it back into the community that inspired it. You know, I think quality art that was made in the community, primarily by people from the area, you know, with and for the people living here, it can have a massive improvement on people's well-being, you know, and I would love to see this initial pilot expanded upon into a longer term, properly funded project that would leave a really positive, long-lasting legacy here. and I think it will be a shining example of how art projects could and should be done.